Good afternoon, parents and friends. We are so happy to have you here for one of our final events. We do have graduation tonight for 8th grade, graduation tomorrow night for our 12th grade, but this is essentially the last event that we're doing for our school. So we've made it another school year. Let's give our students a round of applause, all those that are in this room. Great job, elementary. I want to give you my heart before we start giving you the awards. I know this is a touchy subject, and the touchy subject is the supposed success of your students. And I, as a parent, have 5 kids, and I recognize and have recognized for some time that none of my kids are alike. Some of them have strengths that others do not have. Some of them have weaknesses that others do not show. Your students are the same way. Unfortunately, there is no award given today that is going to recognize all the strengths and none of the weaknesses of your students today. The awards today are designed specifically to recognize mostly academic. Now, there are some character awards. Most Improved, I believe, is a character award. I think that reflects more of the hard work and the effort of the student than it does the academic ability. Now, academic opportunity, of course, is necessary to achieve that Most Improved, but the hard work those students put in, they deserve that. That's a really great award. We're also giving out the Christian Character Award, which is reflective, essentially, of the teachers being asked this question: which student in your class is most like Christ? We're not asking which one is the quietest, because that's a personality thing. We're not asking which is the introvert, because that wouldn't be fair to the extroverts. We're asking which one reflects Christ the most, introvert or extrovert, quiet or loud, doesn't matter. It's not that the quiet kids only reflect Christ, and it's not that the louder kids only reflect Christ. Christ can be reflected in both. So there are some character awards, but a majority are academic. Please, parents, do not misunderstand the purpose of these awards. Just like your students did not receive athletic awards at the end of the basketball seasons and cross-country seasons because they didn't play, some of these students will not receive academic awards today. It is not that our school thinks less of them, but I am not a leader that believes strongly in the philosophy that everyone gets a prize. If everyone's a winner, there's no losers. Now, I'm not saying that today it is about winners and losers, but in life, there are those who win, and there are those who lose. Now, I'm a basketball coach as well, And I would not be pleased if every time we played a game on a high school level, we walked away and said we're both winners, because that's not true. Someone lost that day. You know what it does for someone if they have the right attitude when they come out saying, I didn't win today? It's not so much that you're a loser, it's just you didn't win. But what it does is it helps you say, what do I need to change to be on the other side next time? So today isn't about winners or losers. It's about those who achieved an academic award and those who did not. But I'm hoping, as I say every year, for the students who did not achieve it, that it would not be a discouragement to them, but an encouragement to say, what do I need to do to get that award next year? I believe that we diminish the value of awards when everyone gets them, even when some should not get them for one reason or another. Now, having said all of that, these awards are not reflective, the academic awards are not reflective necessarily of your kid's character. There are character awards, the most improved, the Christian character, but the A honor roll, the AB honor roll, the highest GPA in a class, those don't necessarily reflect your child's character. They more so reflect your child's ability. Now, there's some value in recognizing the ability and applauding the ability of a child, especially a child who doesn't waste their ability. You ever known a child who has a great talent in a sport but wastes it because they don't pay attention on the field or the court? You ever had a child that you've known before who has a great ability academically but wastes it because they don't study, they don't care, they don't do the work? So although we are recognizing ability, we are also recognizing the students who did not waste their ability today. If your student doesn't have the ability to get to AB honor roll, our school does not think less of them. And I would hope that neither would you. But if today your child does not walk away with an award, ask yourself this question: what do we need to do as parents and as a school to make the difference next year? There's nothing we can do. We can't go back in time this year. But I would encourage you next year, parents, be more engaged. Find out at the first quarter, where's your student academically? We have a learning coach. We have a tutor. We have opportunities. Teachers will, on their own time, within reason, assist your student, within reason, for free. But you have to be the advocate for your student. We've got over 200 students at this school, and we do our best to keep track of the ones who are really struggling academically. But going to be honest with you, sometimes students, we think, oh, they're getting a C, that's sufficient, they'll be all right, whereas you as a parent say, no, I want a B. Well, if you're the parent that wants a B, then you are coming to us because we're not probably coming to you saying, hey, your child has a 75 and we really need them to get a 95. We're not going to do that. So as a parent, next year, ask yourself, what can you do as a family to get your student to the next level? And what can we do with you as a school to assist you in that? Having said that, today is about recognizing those who haven't wasted their ability and recognizing those who've put in the effort to get that grade or that character award that they deserve. We are not here to embarrass your children. There are going to be some kids in this room who will not get awards. And so in order to not embarrass them, in the past, we've had all the students come up here and stay up here, and then only a few sat down. And that I can understand. Looking back, I see that. It's a little embarrassing when maybe your child is only one or two sitting with their class, but the class is all up here. So this year, we're going to do things different. We're not going to have the students come up here and stay. They're going to come up here, get their award, and sit back down so that there's no time in the assembly where a majority of students are on the stage and 2 or 3 are in their seats feeling awkward because their classmates are up here. That's the best I can do for you, okay? So that's my heart. I'm not here to embarrass your kids, but we are here to praise the kids who deserve it. So let's go and start with the word of prayer, and then we're going to begin with first grade. Dear Lord, I thank you for these parents, grandparents, family, relatives, and friends, all of those who are not just here to recognize the awards these kids are about to get, but they are a part of how these children got these awards. These parents, these grandparents, family, and friends have been studying with them, encouraging them, loving them through the year. And these awards mostly belong to and are deserved by the students, but there is a part that is deserved by the family and friends here, and I pray that everyone here would feel grateful for the opportunity their student had, even if they do not get an award today, the opportunity to have been at Midstate Christian Academy, to improve this year, whether they improved the most in their class or not. The fact that there was improvement, the fact that they made it to the end of the year itself is justified of an award of congratulations from these family and friends to their kids. I pray that you would just give us a great rest of the time as we celebrate those who are going to be recognized in Jesus' name. Amen. Now, I'm going to be calling up the teachers of each class. The teachers will be the ones giving the award. And parents, when I call up your class, first grade, we have these first 8 seats up here. I'd like for all of the parents, and please just one, I say all, one from each family up here representing, so that when your child gets called up, you'll already be ready up here on the front row. There's only 8 seats. Some classes have more, so then you can take a knee here in the middle or on the front. That's fine. So this is your section right here, parents. So for first grade, let's go and get up here. One from each family, first grade, come on up. And Mrs. Isherwood, come on up here. And we'll give you parents a second to move up to the front with your cameras. We'll do that for each class. As they're doing that, I'm going to announce the types of awards that we're giving so that you understand what it is that the children are receiving. We are giving away a highest GPA for each class. Now, the highest GPA literally means what it says. Your student, if they receive that, has achieved the highest grades in all subjects across the board average of all their classmates. We're also giving away an A honor roll, which means your student, if they receive that award, received average of A's in all classes for year-end total. Doesn't mean they didn't get a B in the year. They got a B in a quiz or a test or in a quarter, but it all averaged out to an A at the end in all subjects. B honor roll would be a combination of A's and B's. So if they got the B honor roll, they might have gotten some A's, but they also got some B's, and the year average was a combination of A's and B's. Then we're going to be giving out the highest GPA in each subject, each of the main subjects. They will vary from class to class. Some classes will have a subject, another one does not. But we'll give out about 4 to 5 highest GPAs in each subject. Now keep in mind, if a student receives the highest GPA in the class, we are not also giving them the highest GPA in each subject, otherwise they'd end up with all of the awards. So if your student got the highest GPA, they're not getting the highest in a particular subject. That tells us they're the best already, okay? Then we're going to give out highest GPA in particular classes, subjects, and a student might get more than one of those. We are also giving out the Christian character, which I stated is the question asked, which student reflects Christ the best in our class? The most improved for elementary is the most improved overall. As a student in all the subjects, which one has done the hardest work and attained the effort of achieving of that. And then there is perfect attendance. Now, unfortunately, even if a student is sick, they don't have perfect attendance. So if you're saying, well, my kid was there all year, but they were sick 3 days, I get it. I didn't make the rules. Talk to the state of Connecticut. There is excused absence and unexcused absence, but they're both absent. So a perfect attendance is that. It means they were here every day, sick or not. They were on site here. We have been slightly gracious. If your student arrived at school, got sick during the day and left, we went ahead and counted them present for that. But if they didn't show up, they don't get the perfect attendance. So let's go ahead and begin with our highest GPA is going to be Shauna Contreras. And once we get parents get a picture there, I'm looking for they're out of order here. I'm sorry. I need to go. Give me a second. I should have looked at these first. Okay, here we go. Highest GPA. There you are, Shauna. All right, let's get a picture. All right, we're going to now go to the student with the most improved. Instead of going over the A honor rolls and B honor rolls, we want to recognize this student specifically worked very hard to get this. And so let's begin with most improved, Nathaniel Staples. All right. We're going to call up the next 2 students who both got A honor roll, which of course is Shauna Contreras and Chidera Christopher. Come on up, both of you students. I'm now going to call up all of the students in this class who got A, B honor roll. As I call their name, they'll come up, receive their certificate. Those will stay here. I'm not going to call the rest of them, but it's this group only, and we'll have them sit down and continue calling. Our first A, B honor roll, Sophia Arcer. Ava Binning. Emiliana Bermudez. Julian Gonzalez. Lucas Gonzalez. Brighton Hazelwood. Camila Polanco. Christian Roman. Evalie Salhani. And Nathaniel Staples. All right, parents, go ahead and take a picture. Thank you, students. You can have a seat. And now we're going to call up our students for academic excellence. These are the ones who achieve the highest grade in a particular class. I have 4 students that I'm calling up. The first one is Ryan Vasquez Armatino, highest in Bible. Chadera Christopher, go ahead and stay up here, Ryan. Chadera Christopher, highest in both arithmetic and phonics. Nathaniel Staples, highest in reading. And Evalie Salhani, highest in writing. All right, thank you, students. You can have a seat. One more award, and that is the award that is nearest and dearest to my heart. This is an award, as I've said now multiple times, who reflects Christ the most? And I love how that doesn't necessarily look exactly the same for every student. God does not eliminate our personality when he calls us to reflect him. God is completely capable of showing himself through us in spite of our personalities. With our personalities, both our strengths and our weaknesses can still reflect Christ. And so this year's Christian Character Award for first grade goes to Evalie Salhani. Before Mandy Isherwood takes a seat, I'd like us to give a round of applause to our first grade teacher, Mrs. Isherwood. She has done a great job this year. I don't know if you, well, I'm sure parents you know, you start off the year with 2 teachers. Mandy, when she signed up for this job, signed up to be an assistant teacher and then transitioned to full-time, stuck it out, and did an amazing job. She did not take her job lightly. She worked hard all year for your students and finished strong. Thank you, Mandy. You can have a seat. All right, our second grade class. Parents, if you want to head on up here to the front, and Mrs. Stewart, come on up, please. Our highest GPA overall for the entire second grade class goes to Grace Dibble. Grace, you can stay up here. You're going to be also receiving the A honor roll with your classmate, Lyndon Allman. Come on up, Lyndon. Thank you, students. Can have a seat. Our AB honor roll goes to 3 students, Gardner Acachella, Arabella Rivera, and Aubrey Vera. Okay, thank you, students. You can have a seat. Our highest in penmanship goes to Aubrey Vera. Highest grade in arithmetic, Gardner Acachella. Highest in Bible, Aubrey Vera. And the highest in phonics, reading, and spelling, Lyndon Allman. Okay, thank you, students. You can have a seat. Our student who is most improved, and most improved does not always mean they achieved A honor roll or even AB honor roll. It means they worked hard to get to where they're at currently, and that student, Davon Outland. And Davon, you can stay up here because I'm going to read what Mrs. Stewart wrote about why she chose Davon Outland for the Christian Character Award. I would like to wholeheartedly nominate Davon for this award. He has shown true character in his perseverance of tackling and conquering difficult academics. He sits up the tallest and gives God his best attention during Bible class. I believe he truly desires to do right and please the Lord. His attitude has been a blessing to me. And here we have Davon Outland. Good job. As Mrs. Stewart's having a seat, Mrs. Stewart has been at this school longer than I've been at this school, and I've been here a long time. Mrs. Stewart has taught multiple grades over the years, upper elementary, 4th grade, been in 2nd grade, and I remember when we moved Mrs. Stewart to 2nd grade, she told me, this is my best class. Like, this is where I want to be. Of all of the elementary subjects she's taught and grades she's taught, she is happiest and strongest in 2nd grade, and it shows. She truly loves your students. Mrs. Stewart, great job this year. Thank you. Third grade. Parents, if you want to move to the front. And Mrs. Lafreniere. Let's go ahead and start with our A honor roll. We have 3 students for A honor roll. 3rd grade, Justin Assad. Ariel De Jesus. And Naya Singletary. Naya is out sick. Our highest GPA also goes to Ariel De Jesus. All right, students, have a seat. Thank you. We're going to call all of our AB honor roll students up here on stage now. Our first AB honor roll student, Brooklyn Alves. Michaela Baez. Nicholas Bermudez. Trig Hazelwood. Olivia Igartua. Skyland Mullins. Jonathan Oliva. Emma Owens. And Isabel Roman. All right, thank you, students. You can have a seat. Our students who achieve the highest GPA in a particular subject. First one in both history and science, Jonathan Oliva. In penmanship, Naya Singletary. She's not here. Reading is Trig Hazelwood. And highest in math, spelling, Bible, and language, Emma Owens. We have some perfect attendance in this class, so let's have these students get their pictures first. And you can have a seat. Two students with perfect attendance, Ariel De Jesus and Olivia Igartua. Come on up. Our student who achieved the Most Improved Award in this class goes to Sophia Bernacki. And the Christian Character Award, which in my opinion should be coveted over even a honor roll. I believe that a student, that an adult, anyone of any age, can go much further in life with character than they can with ability to do well in class, academics or otherwise. Obviously, having both is great, but if you got to choose one, character wins every single time. But not just any kind of character here at Midstate, Christian character. And that award goes to Hannah McWilliam. Thank you, Mrs. Lafreniere. Let's give Mrs. Lafreniere a round of applause as well. We had multiple classes with 20-plus students, third grade and fifth grade, and to teach that amount of students is no small task. But to do it in the younger grades, I mean, to do it in high school is difficult, but to do it at a third grade level and a fifth grade level, that takes extreme patience, extreme love, and extreme strength. All three of which Mrs. Lafreniere has. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Mrs. Lafreniere, for your work this year. Fourth grade parents, come on up front, along with Mr. Mesa. We have one student in this class who is both A honor roll and highest GPA, and that is Liam Ruiz. Thank you, Liam. You can have a seat. Our students who achieved A, B honor roll, Rosie McCoy. Ariana Miller. Austin Mitchell. Dahlia Ramos. Josh Rosario. And Sydney Smith. Thank you, students. You can have a seat. Our student who has achieved both the highest in penmanship and language goes to Rosie McCoy. Highest in science, math, and it looks like we have a tie for reading. Is that a correct? All right. Science, math, and a tie for reading goes to Ariana Miller. In Bible, spelling, and a tie for reading goes to Sydney Smith. And it looks like I missed one. Ariana also got highest in history. Great job, Ariana. Life's tough. If only we all had that same problem, right? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't life be great? Let's give a round of applause. Great job, students. You can have a seat. The student who was most improved this year worked hard to achieve this, Esther Stephen. Thank you, Esther. There was no perfect attendance in fourth grade, which leaves us with the Christian Character Award, and that award this year goes to Joshua Rosario. Thank you, Joshua. As most of you know, Mr. Mesa is moving on from the ministry. His family is growing. They have a young boy, Atlas, and some dynamics have changed. And as much as we wanted to make it work, it just wasn't going to be a good fit any longer. And Mr. Mesa, we are going to miss you greatly. We love you. We love your wife. Mr. Mesa is considering, I believe it's welding, right, Mr. Mesa? Looking at maybe a different career choice. I'm sure he will always be a teacher at heart. I wish you the best. And whatever church you move to, will be very fortunate to have you, as I'm sure will be their Sunday school teacher. Mr. Mesa, let's give him a round of applause. Fifth grade parents and Miss Malello. The student with the highest GPA and, of course, also achieving an A honor roll goes to Liam Uriarte. We have three other students who've also achieved A honor roll. That is Amelia Assad, Camden Alves, and Benjamin Newton. Thank you, students. You can have a seat. We have 5 students who have achieved an A-B honor roll, and parents, if you're beginning to get concerned that your student who used to be A-B and now in 5th grade is no longer, it doesn't get better from here, let me tell you. Classes, school gets harder, and the ability and the opportunity to get on the A and B honor roll requires a lot more effort on the part of the student than it did in 2nd and 3rd grade. So please do not mistake this as being reflective of your student's hard work. Unfortunately, sometimes a student needs a couple of years to catch back up to where they need to be in math or reading or English. And you might find your student in the following year getting the A-B honor roll when they did not this year. We have 5 who received the A-B honor roll. The first is Sebastian Bernacki. Juliet Carpenter. Aria Forrester. Nyla Shaw. And Drew Stewart. Thank you, students. You can have a seat. Our highest achievement in Bible goes to Sebastian Bernacki. This student achieved the highest in arithmetic, language, and reading, Amelia Saad. Highest in spelling, Camden Alves. Our highest in history science goes to Benjamin Newton. And highest in penmanship, Nyla Shaw. Thank you, students. You can have a seat. Most improved this year in 5th grade goes to Peyton Mitchell. Thank you, Peyton. You can have a seat. And we have 3 students, all boys, who had perfect attendance, and that is Elijah Lafreniere, Zachary McCoy, and Ethan Rayola. Well done, fellas. That's a hard award to get. Thank you, boys. You can have a seat. And the student, Miss Malello, designated as receiving the Christian Award in 5th grade goes to Benjamin Newton. Good job, Ben. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Malello. There are not many teachers who've been here longer than I. I've already told you one, Mrs. Stewart, and the other teacher who's been here longer, that was here when I arrived in 2012 and has been going strong. One of our top teachers, Miss Malello, been teaching elementary, upper elementary for many years. Congratulations, Miss Malello, for all the hard work. I've already stated we know what it takes to teach a class this size in elementary, and you and Mrs. Lafreniere both have what it takes, and we are so very grateful to have you on our team. Thank you. Parents, that concludes the award ceremony for this year. We are about to start in about 10 minutes the award ceremony for the secondary. If you do not have any children in secondary, we do not expect you to stay. You are more than welcome to leave and collect your students from their classrooms, please. They were cleaning out their desks and everything in their rooms, so we're not going to call them here. We're going to dismiss the classes, and then teachers, go ahead. You guys can get up. You can just file out as you need to. In about 3 minutes, the parents will be heading to the classes to pick up their students. If your student is not already signed up for field day tomorrow, please go check out the email that we've sent on more than one occasion. Fill out that form. It's a $7 fee. And tomorrow is our last day. It's a field day. And keep in mind, If they ride the bus, they will ride the bus to school. We will take them there. If they do not ride the bus, we are asking you, families, to take them to Hubbard Park and pick them up from Hubbard Park. Thank you, parents. We'll dismiss you in 2 minutes.